Oh boy. Hey, damn it, this mouse sucks. Hello, everybody. Thank you, Phoebe, for the 22 months. Thank you. Right on time. Glad to see you're still alive from the Burning Man trip. Yeah, I mean, not everybody could say that. So, it is good that I can say that. Anyway, chat, hello, everybody. She's alive. Thank you, Taco, for the 29 months. Thank you so much. Holy shit, chat. Holy fuck. You look great. How are you feeling? I'm still, like, pretty tired, I think. Yesterday I felt kind of sick. But today I'm feeling a lot better. I don't feel nearly as sick. I also ate 2 Subway sandwiches yesterday. That might have gave me the boost I needed or something. I have a lot. Boy, do I have a fucking story, chat. Do I have a lot of stories. I don't even know where to begin. I see you didn't get burned. I actually was pretty careful about it. Like, I didn't really go out without, like, I always put on sunscreen, and there are, like, 2 fits that you have to have at Burning Man. You have to have your daytime fit, and then you have to have your nighttime fit. And my daytime fit, like, I wore it on stream a couple times. It's just, I had that really light, like, over jacket that I kept on, and it wasn't, like, too hot to keep on, but it kept the sun directly off my skin. So I put sunscreen on, and then I put that over top of myself, so I was pretty fucking set. And then I had that hat that covered, like, my whole back, like, my neck and everything, and it covered my face. It really did a good job of keeping the sun off of my face. So I would just, like, every day I would apply, like, sunscreen to my whole, like, any exposed skin I would have, and then I would put that shit on top of it, and it was pretty good. It wasn't, like, too hot. Like, it was definitely hot there, but, like, not as hot as I was expecting. Like, it wasn't as unbearable. There were a couple times where it was like, oh, you know what I mean? But, like, it really wasn't that bad overall. I will say, it did get pretty cold at night, so you have to have, the other fit you have to have is the nighttime fit, and I had this awesome fucking, Jizzy has it still because he had to pack it, but he got me this, like, thrift store coat. It was fucking nice, dude. It was very nice. Stretch. There we go. Pretty different hot than Florida hot. It is a different hot than Florida hot. I don't know if I would say I prefer it, but it was definitely, you could tell it was, like, hotter temperature-wise. Like, Florida isn't quite as hot, but it's humid, and so that kind of offsets it. But you can tell, it's like, yeah, it's not as humid, but it's fucking hot, right? Like, you walk outside, and the sun you can feel it burning your skin. I mean, you're a lot closer to the sun, too, so that helps, you know? Fit check? I'll do a fit check in a second. Taco John comes in with the subs. Yes, thank you, Taco. Thank you, Taco, for getting Vanna a sub. And then thank you, Derek, for the 27 months. Thank you. I missed them, I'm too... Gotta start charging that and monetizing that. Cute tummy. I should do that. Any wild stories? I have a lot of wild stories, chat. I have a lot of them. I don't even know where to fucking start. Should we just start at the top? I feel like we should just start at the top. So I was like, the days preparing, like, before I actually went on the trip, I was getting so nervous. Like, I had anxiety. I was, like, scared, chat. I was, like, I could feel my body getting, like, really nervous about it. Because it was, you know, there's a lot of unknowns, right? It was a very last minute trip, so there was just a lot of, like, throw shit at the wall, I just gotta make it work type of shit, and it was scary. So, like, the day of it was like I was worried sick because we had this rental and I didn't know if I would be able to get on the rental, because, like, if you rent a car, a lot of places require you have a credit card, and I don't really have a credit card. So I was like, so I, like, made the reservations and everything, and I was like, I learned that, and I'm like, oh, fuck, am I not even gonna be able to get this car because we have to have a credit card of some sort. And there was like a little finagling shit that had to happen. Like, I think I had to send Jizzy some money for the deposit or something like that. I don't remember, but like, either way, he got the car, and then he picks me up, and then we fucking sent it on down to Atlanta. So basically, we start in Central Florida, and then we drive all the way from Central Florida all the way up to Atlanta. It was about like a 6.5 hour drive. Georgia breakdown gave her PTSD. It did a little bit, because I was like worried about like maybe if I was gonna take the Jeep or whatever car. I didn't know how I was gonna get there. Like, it was a fucking lot to worry about. I'm not gonna lie. But either way, we did. It wasn't that bad of a drive, to be honest with you. It was pretty easy. I think we listened to like Joe Rogan or some bullshit. But we got up there. We got up to Georgia. I got all the way up to Atlanta. And that was fun. We stayed up in Atlanta for a day. And then we took off the next day. Because I had to leave like early the next day. Because my flight took off at like 8. It took off at like 10 a.m. or something like that. So I had to be at the airport by like 8 a.m. And so that was kind of like driving in Atlanta, especially like in the morning or when there's a lot of traffic about, is such a pain in the ass. I hate Atlanta driving. It sucks. And so like there was a lot of like stress early in the morning from that. I remember I was like feeling kind of icky, so I ended up puking in a gas station bathroom somewhere in Atlanta. And then I got to the airport, and then we got in the airport, I got in the plane, we took off, got to Denver. So now I'm in Denver, right? So we drove all the way from Florida to Atlanta, and now the next day I'm in fucking Denver. It was very weird, because like I had this moment where I was eating, like, Qdoba or something in Denver with my brother, and I had just remembered, because we had, like, Korean hot pot, like, the night before in Atlanta, and so I'm, like, the whiplash from being, like, in Atlanta to being in Denver was, like, whoa! I'm on, like, the whole other side of the country right now, and it was weird. And I also, chat, guess what? I got to see fucking Casa Bonita. I got to see my brother lives, like, not that far from Casa Bonita, so I was able to go and see Casa Bonita. I didn't go in, because it has an extremely long wait list, but I got to see fucking Casa Bonita, chat. It was crazy. I didn't think I was actually gonna be able to see that. So that was like an unexpected, like, thing that I was like, oh shit, look at that. And it was fucking crazy, dude. Like, like going from being in like Atlanta and be like, whoa, look at Atlanta, to seeing like a South Park icon, I was like, whoa, this is crazy. But otherwise, like, being in Denver, like, I spent basically a whole day in Denver, because I flew out of Atlanta at like 10 a.m. I got into Denver at like 11 a.m. or something like that, Denver time. And so I basically had a whole day before my next flight, which was at 10 a.m. the next day. So I had a whole day in Denver to just chill with my bro. And so that was kind of cool. It was pretty chill. And I remember like leaving, like going towards the airport. It was like really foggy the next day after we were hanging out. And I was like kind of disappointed that I had to leave, because I was like, damn, this is fun. And now I have to like go back on this scary trip that I'm going on. You know, I've never been to Nevada. I've never been to Reno, so I was going into uncharted territories. Like, at least I had been in Atlanta and Denver before, but I'd never been to Reno. So I'm just like, okay, this is scary time now, right? Thank you, Hammock, for the 5 gifted subs. Thank you so much. And the first sub, thank you so much. Thank you, Hammock. Hammock, however you say that. I haven't watched South Park in years. It's good. I like South Park. The line was so long you had to say, screw you guys, I'm going home. Well, dude, it's literally like a 6-month wait line. Like, you have to reserve your seat like 6 months in advance to get into Casa Bonita. It's crazy. It's actually insane. Things to do in Denver when you're dead. Did you see the demon horse? We did see the demon horse. Why? I don't know. That was a weird decision to put that horse in front of Denver Airport, but it is there, and we did see it. What's so special about it? The demon horse? It's got it's blue and it has red eyes. It's got a very detailed modeled asshole and balls. It also killed 2 people, both of which were the people who made it. So it's kind of got bad juju on that one. I'm not gonna lie, but anyway, but yeah, no, it was kind of nice being in Denver. But then we took off from Denver. It was a decent flight. I was able to sleep on both flights from Atlanta to Denver and from Denver to Reno. I was able to sleep on both flights. La Casa Bonita. Oh, what's so special about Casa Bonita? Casa Bonita was like this chain in like the 70s, and it had, I don't even think the Colorado location was the first location, but it was like the best location. And so after like 20 years, all of the other locations closed down, and it was just that location. And it was really special because it's not just a Mexican restaurant. It's like a Mexican restaurant inside a faux Mexican village. So it's like you can walk around and there's all sorts of cool shit to do. Like when you're a kid, it's like, wow, this is fucking crazy. Which is why like Matt and Trey, I guess, experienced that, and so they put it in South Park as like a love letter thing. And then South Park made Casa Bonita famous again, because at that point the food sucked and it was actually terrible. So Matt and Trey bought it, the creators of South Park. They bought it and then they redid everything and they made it new, and now it's actually really good. But everybody's so hype about it that you literally can't get in. It's like super exclusive because there's literally like a 6-month waiting period, and it's just fuck, dude, that's crazy. Crazy. I remember when the creatures were there and shitting on it the whole time. Yeah, because before they redid it, it was like gross. Like it was a health hazard to be in that place. Like they have divers. Like they have cliff divers in Casa Bonita. There's like a huge cliff and like a pool down below inside a building, by the way, which is like, what the fuck? But these cliff divers, they go in there and they jump down like 20 feet into this pool. But apparently when they get out of the pool, there's like water and then like live electrical wire like 2 feet away from the puddle of water. That would have just like electrocuted the shit out of them. It's like they made a documentary about them like actually fixing it up, and it was like egregious, the state of the place before they actually fixed it. But now they fixed it. They like redid everything. They have a new like menu. The food's actually good now. I hear. I don't know. My brother's been there before, but I want to go eventually. It's really cool. But anyway, I left Denver. I got on the flight, got over to Reno. Pretty uneventful flight, but it was cool to see like I didn't really get to see the mountains much in Denver because it's pretty foggy and like cloudy. But once I got over the mountains and I was in like Nevada, I could really see all the like on the plane coming in, I was able to see like all the mountains. I was able to see Pyramid Lake, which is really cool. Like I didn't think there was a lake out there, so I saw it and I was like, what the fuck? Well, that's a pretty cool lake. Even in Dead I Still Serve. I did buy Sororita's 3D minis though. They were very expensive. Sororita's 3D minis? Sounds interesting. Great trip so far. Yeah, it was pretty. So far, it's already like a pretty good adventure, right? Like I've been in like 3 major cities so far. I've seen quite a bit of stuff. I was having a good time, and I get into Reno, and that was pretty uneventful too. I got into Reno, and that was cool to be in like. I could just hear Johnny Cash in my head being like, "I killed a man in Reno," you know. And then I met up with, like, the guys that I was actually going with. So, like, I went up with Jizzy, right? And then Jizzy left with the other people that were going the next day after I left. So I left, got to Denver, and then the next day, they left and got to Reno. Yeah, we got to Reno at the same time, which was kind of funny. But either way, I got to Reno, and they gave me this, like, cardboard thing to carry that was, like, special. That I had to get to our camp, and it was like kind of heavy, but it was like really large. Like it was a big like cardboard cutout, and so I had to like carry it on my head. It was a little weird, but I found the burner bus thing. I got on the burner bus. I figured all that out. We ended up leaving like earlier than what I was expecting, but I got on the bus, and then the bus ride was pretty. It was very pretty. Like, especially I haven't seen, like, the West proper in, like, quite a while. So, like, it was the mountains, the desert. Like, it was very pretty on the way there. However, at a certain point, it goes from, like, highway, like, normal interstate, to just, like, a 2-lane, like, highway where you have just, you know, your lane and oncoming traffic. And again, we're in, like, a charter bus. But the bus driver is, like, fucking passing people on this 1-lane road. Like, going into oncoming traffic in a fucking charter bus. And so that was a little sketchy. A full-size Astra cardboard cutout? No. That was more of the other reasons why I went the cardboard cutout. It was a very special cardboard cutout. That's all that you need to know about it. But it was very special. Carrot on your head, remember the mirror? Yeah. Did you even get that paint and glue yet? They will be the most generous lesbian ever. Anyway. Basically. Once you get close to the actual, like, desert, like Black Rock Desert, the traffic starts to get really bad because everybody's trying to get into the desert. Like, the line to get into the actual city is, like, super long. And at the time, it was, like, starting to rain. Like, I don't know if you guys remember, but there was, like, a lot of reports early on in the burn that was, like, there was really high winds, like, it was fucking raining, but it was really, really high winds, and, like, the orgy dome or some shit got knocked down. It was crazy. But when I got there, it was, like, raining, and it had just started to rain, and so, like, everything was wet, everything was muddy. And they had actually closed the main gate to get in. So if you were driving your car, you would have been just stuck there in line, waiting. However, it could have been a day you were waiting in line just to get in. But since I drove the bus, I got in before all the motherfuckers. So I got in, and it was really muddy. And so I'm at like 6:15 in J, I think, was where I was at. Which, if you don't know, Burning Man is kind of like a clock. So you have, like, the center, and then you have, like... I don't know how to... You have, like, this clock shape that the city's actually in. So it's, like, you know, if you have the center camp is at, like, 6 o'clock. And then you have, you know, it goes from, like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, you know, whatever... I don't know, I should probably show a picture so you guys can see better, but basically, I was at 6:15, if you can imagine, like, an analog clock. I was at 6:15, and I needed to get to, like, 4 o'clock. And so I had, like, a 2-hour walk, not time, but just, you know. It was, I don't know exactly how long it was, I think it was, like, a mile, but basically I had to walk all the way from the bus depot to my camp in the mud. And so I had, like... this much mud hanging off of my shoe. It was fucking terrible. Like, every step, I was trucking along, like, an extra pound of mud. And I had this fucking cardboard thing on my head, so I'm just walking the whole way with my heavy-ass backpacks, 2 of them, strapped to my back, and I'm just chugging along. I'm autistic, so maybe I'm reading too much. What? I adore you, but that doesn't sound like you made us trans girls any more popular. Does this sound like you made us trans girls any more popular? Wait, what? When? When was I supposed to do that? Bus drivers paid by the mile. Welcome to the West. Burning Man is sounding like a prison camp. Well, that's the thing about Burning Man, is it's like, it is a struggle, right? There's the struggle part of it. That's kind of what makes the other part good. Oh yeah, look it, I have a bruise on my leg, because when I got into the, like, the second plane to Reno, I, like, bashed my fucking hip into the little armrest, and it bruised really bad. Walk 2 hours is the only cardio she ever got. And normally, but in this, at Burning Man, they got a lot of cardio. I did get a great workout while I was there. They have mud walks you can do in the area if you want to recreate this effect. Yeah. But it was rough. Like, usually when you get off at Burning Man, you roll around in the mud and ring a bell. But I didn't do that because it was muddy. And there's like, oh yeah, we're not doing that right now. So it's like, okay, I guess that's fair. But yeah, I did it though. I walked all the way from the bus depot from like 6 o'clock to 4 o'clock. And I was very tired when I got there. But I did get there. The thing is, Jizzy and the other people I was going with were supposed to get there about an hour before I was. So I was supposed to get there, and they were actually supposed to pick me up from the depot. But because it was raining, they closed down the airport at Black Rock. So the city actually has its own little airport, but they closed it down because of the mud. And so Jizzy and the other people, oh yeah, Bat Fives, sorry. Bat Fives and the other people at the, I was with, like, literally didn't get there until the next day. So I was at Burning Man basically alone for a full fucking day. And it was really weird. But the camp was nice. The people in the camp were really nice. Like, I met the people at the camp. They were super nice. They figured out who I was and that I was indeed, like, in the camp. Because the camp I was at was actually, like, an expensive camp. It was really nice. There was a big-ass, like, moon tent. And so it looked like a moon from the outside, but in the inside it was, like, a tent. And it had, like, a whole bunch of snacks in it. Like, there was just, like, a fridge that always had, like, sodas and Red Bull in it. And, like, yogurt and Danimals for some reason. And there was always all that shit. There was also, like, a ton of alcohol. Like, they had this bar full of alcohol. Though I didn't drink very much while I was there, and it was weird, because, like, I feel like when you're at Burning Man, like, drinking is so prevalent, but I drank, like, very little while I was there, funnily enough. I don't know why. I was just, like, not in a drinking mood, I guess. But, yeah, I was alone. So I kind of, they showed me my trailer, like, where I was staying and everything, which is nice. I had a trailer, so I didn't have a tent or anything, so I didn't have to sleep outside, which is also really nice. I had a trailer, and I had AC, and I had a bathroom, and, you know, that was really nice. But basically, the first, like, night that I was there, I was just kind of I walked a little bit. Like, I didn't go too far away from camp, because there wasn't, like, I didn't know what else to really do. There was a cool little seminar that I found that they were they were basically just having a class where they were talking about how, like, psychedelic drugs affect your brain and, like, what's actually happening in your brain when it's happening. It was actually super cool. There was, like, a whole bunch of people just standing around watching this, like, college class on neuroscience. It was kind of sick. I'm not gonna lie. But, and then I kind of just meandered about. I walked back to the camp. And then a little bit later, I walked down the kind of main road a little bit. And there was this Christmas camp. And they're like, do you want a cookie? And I was like, fuck it, yeah, I want a cookie. And so I got a cookie, and then I walked back. And then I was, basically from that point, I think I just slept. I said, alright, I'm just gonna go to sleep. Which was kind of boring, because I kind of went to bed, like, before sundown, and sundown is when everything really happens. But it's probably good I didn't really go out that much alone, because, you know, because I was alone. Back from UK, summer to Australia, winter. UK summer to Australian winter. Oh, did you go to UK and now you're back in Australia? That's cool. I prefer Jello wrestling. Not just mud, they do coleslaw, baby oil, pudding, and lots of other stuff, especially at the bike week. Wait, what the fuck are you talking about? I hope you brought something to defend yourself. Well, you can't really. There's, like, no weapons allowed, so you can't really bring anything like that. People still pay money to see women wrestle in mud. Like, I'm lesbian, but that looks like slavery. I don't know, mud wrestling sounds kind of fun. I'd do mud wrestling, to be honest. I would. Did you get college credit from the class? No, but it was really fun. But anyway, the first day I was really shy. I was really quiet. I didn't know anybody, so I was really nervous. I kind of just sat in my trailer the whole time. What made it really annoying is that I could barely get signal. Like, there were, like, a couple places where I could get a little bit, maybe. It's not only that I was alone, it was that I literally couldn't contact anybody or talk to anybody I knew because I had no service. I was basically just being like, well, they might get here tomorrow, they might not get here tomorrow, I hope they do, but I don't really know. And it was just a little bit like, oh, alright. But the next day I had a shift, because, you know, Burning Man has no spectators, it's all participants. So I had a shift at my camp, and it was the dishes. So our camp had, like, a private caterer chef, which was really fucking cool. We had, like, 70 people in our camp, but so it was actually, like, a pretty big camp. But we had like like an actual caterer there that was making our food for us every like lunch, breakfast, and dinner. It was really, really cool. But either after every one of those things, all those dishes needs to be done, and it's like a lot of dishes. So the second day I was there, I had one of those shifts, and that honestly, that shift is when I arrived at Burning Man. That was when I got like there, because at that point I had some direction. Like I was able to talk to people. Like now I'm not just there. I'm like participating. Like I'm doing the dishes. I'm working with other people. Like that was when I first started to like come out of my shell a little bit. And while I was doing the dishes, that's when everybody else got there. So I was like, I was a little miffed. I was like, you fucking bastards. But it was alright. Once they got there, that's when, like, the fun shit started to happen. Welcome home, Birdstra. Thank you, nice guy. Is it worse than iOS signal? Than the iOS signal? Yes, because there's literally no signal. Like, there's nothing. You cannot do anything. Anyway, by his paddock ass, I love that shift. Wow. It was actually pretty fun. You know, it was tricky because there was like a lot of dishes, and I had like the shitty job where I had to like, there was like a bunch of dishes, plates, and everything that I had to like wash in this bucket and get all the hard shit off, and then like rinse it lightly, and then hand it to the next person who like finished it up. So there was like a station, and I had like the first station where I had to take all this shit and really scrub them the fuck off. It was kind of hard because she had a much easier job than I did, and so I was like kind of falling behind because like I had to. Sometimes it'd be easy, you know, just give a little scrub down really quick, and then it would be fine. But other like pans where that were like cooked in or something had like really fucking hard to get off shit. And we have to conserve water because it's like you can't just use all the water you want because water's kind of like a commodity out there, and so we had to like conserve water. It was a trick, but I did it, and when I got done, everybody else was there, and then we were able to like actually go out. And so at that point, it was still day, but we went out and we got on the bikes. We found some bikes, and we just like rode around and went out into like deep playa. That's when Heather shows up. I hope Bad Vibes isn't the only dog. Isn't only the dog house. Sounds like a job for somebody with a non-noodle arms. A little bit. But I got through it. I did it. After Astra did have her shift as Heather, and that would have been awesome. Well, I did it anyway. I did it. I got through it. And then we went out into Deep Playa. And that was really fun. So Burning Man, again, it has like this kind of clock shape, half clock shape of like the city, where everyone has their RVs, their camps, and everything. And then from like, it goes from like 10 o'clock to like 2 o'clock or something like that. And everything else like in between is all like open desert playa. And there's a bunch of art cars out there. So they have like, there's just like a ton of art installations, like a bunch of like cool sculptures and like interactive stuff. There was like this cool like Nepalese temple thing that someone built out there that was really cool. We went out and we saw the man. We went like up to the man and like walked up. Like we couldn't go up him at that point. We did that later, but like we went into the like thing, saw like the cool art. And the man is always filled with like a bunch of really cool art made by some really cool people. The guy who does the tool art had art in Burning Man this year, and that was really cool. So I got to see some of his art there. It was really, really cool. And then we just kept like riding. Actually, here I have a good tool for this, because we kept riding, and I don't know if you can see. This is what I'm talking about. This stuff right here is the whole city. Basically, the bus depot was about here, and I arrived there. I had to walk to like right there, and then once we got on the bikes, we kind of rode out into the playa, and we went all the way up here, which right here is 12 and T, which is the trash fence. So around the whole Burning Man city, they like put up this huge trash fence that catches any trash that like blows away, so that there's no trash that gets outside of this like octagon. But at the trash fence, they always like, people always like congregate there and put out like cool shit. So there was this little like, there was these people out there that were just like handing out vodka and cozies, and so we got some. It was great. But that was like all the way the fuck out there, and then we had to ride all the way back to our camp. I got pretty gassed. I'm behind the mic. I'm sorry. I got pretty gassed when when we had to ride back, because it was a long way back. I had to ride. Basically, yeah, we went all the way out to the trash fence. I got this. I also have Bat Vibes Cozy 2 for some reason here. And we also got this little chip, which I couldn't find. There was like a little thing that's like, I made it to the trash fence. The trash fence frenzy. It was actually like pretty cool. And so we like just going out to the playa and seeing like all of these cool art installations was just really fucking sick. You forgot how to stream already? I didn't forget how to stream. Maybe a little bit. It sounds like hell to me. Glad I can't afford to go, lol. How'd you deal with the gray water? Well, the camp dealt with all that shit. We didn't really have to deal with anything with the RV. It's basically as simple as it could be. The camp dealt with the black water, the gray water, all that shit. The having water in the trailer to begin with. I basically didn't have to worry about water the entire time, which was really nice. Did you participate in the yearly after the man burns naked run around the fire? I didn't do the naked run around the fire, because I was too busy, like... I'll get to that part, alright? we'll get to the actual burn itself later, right? There's a lot to go between where we're at and there. But yeah, so that was like the first, like, day where I was, like, experiencing Burning Man in any real capacity. Because there was a ton of art out there. It was really cool. We got to see all that. Then we came back, and I think at that point we ate lunch or something. And then it was nighttime, and we were lucky that like our group had a golf cart. So basically, I just jumped onto the back of this golf cart, and we kind of just rode around, and it was really fun. The first night we went out, like, there are two Burning Mans, right? There's Burning Man day and Burning Man night. And once the sun goes down, it becomes insane. Because then, like, these huge art cars start coming out. Like, while we were coming back from the trash fence, the parade of art cars had, like, started. And so there's, like, a parade of huge fucking buses that are all, like, really cool. Like, ships, fucking crazy art installations, like crazy light show cars that have like hundreds of dollars of speakers on them. Like, there are some art cars that I think have $1 million speakers on them. They are crazy, like really crazy. Some of them look like animals, some of them look like rocket ships. They're fucking crazy. And at night they all go out on the playa and they all light up their fucking lights. And so when you ride out into Burning Man at night, it's like a sea of color. Like, it's insane. Because everybody who's out there has LEDs on them. Because if you don't have LEDs at Burning Man, you're invisible. Because it's so dark out there. But it just means, like, you look out and you just see a sea of bullshit. Well, not bullshit, but, like, lights and colors and art cars and, like, fire and, like, music, and it's like crazy shit. So we go out like the first night, and like the first like real art car that we see, it's like a lot of these art cars have like some really notable DJs on them. So like a lot of the music is like actually really good music. Like, at least if you like EDM, I guess. If you don't like EDM, maybe you wouldn't like it so much. But like, it's kind of hard not to, because the light show and everything else, like, there's like hundreds of people dancing around it. There's fire that's like in time with the music. There's lights, lasers going around everywhere. It's crazy. And not only that, not only is like the actual art car that you're in front of like crazy and amazing, you like turn around and you do like a 360, and it's just fucking that for miles. Like, it's crazy to see like one incredible art car, and then in the background have this completely different incredible art car in the background that you're just like, what the fuck? It was insane. We went into this pyramid, and it's like a whole ass pyramid in the desert, and it's just like this crazy party going on there. It was so insane. In about 20 minutes I'm gonna see something like that, lol. Oh, that's cool. I bet the first night was overwhelming for Astra. I wouldn't say it was overwhelming, but it was definitely incredible. It was very, very, like, Very cool. We ended up, like, going from different places to different places. We ended up at this, like, one art car, because sometimes the art cars will, like, kind of stick together and, like, have one party in between them. And so we went out, like, a good bit, and we found this one fucking cool-ass, like, party where there was, like, this dragon art car that was breathing, like, fire next to this huge, like, cat, like, art car that had these big LED eyes that were looking around. And there's this huge DJ booth with these fucking giant dragons coming out of them. And the dragons had, like, movable heads, and it would look like it was crazy. And the dragons were shooting fire. There was, like, fire coming out of the top. And then there was, like, another art car next to that was this octopus that had, like, all these tentacles going up and down. It was insane. Like, it had eyes that were coming in and out, and these tentacles. And then that guy had, like, a little switch where he was playing the octopus. Fire would come out of the tentacles, and you could, like, control it to the music. It was fucking insane, chat. I got some crazy video of that thing. You'll see the video, but it is crazy. It was so fucking cool. Mayan Warrior, the one with the projectile? No, I didn't see Mayan Warrior that night. I did see Mayan Warrior, but not that night. This was, I forget what it was, but it was this crazy. Hold on, actually, wait, I might be able to do a little bit of show and tell here. I might be able to do a little show and tell. Let me see here, chat. I gotta make sure there's, like, the audio is good here. I can show this, chat. I can show this. Look at this shit. This is just, like, one part of this. There were the two guys with torches, but Astra was on LSD at that point. Look at this fucking shit, chat. Look at this octopus over here. Look how cool that is. Like, oh my god, it was so crazy, chat. It was so fucking crazy. Hold on, I probably have some others I could show here. It's like I don't wanna show it with too much audio because I don't wanna dox anybody, but just look how, like, cool that shit. I mean, look at it from miles. You can just see so much light and so much cool shit. And Daft Punk too. We'll get to that. We'll fucking get to that. Looks like the coolest circus. Did you do drugs? I plead the fifth. Let's see here. What are some other, like... Oh, wait, this one's kind of cool. So this was like we went to the man again, but this was like at night. And so we were able to, like, I was able to get up next to it. This is like the man, like, up close. This is what he looks like from his little pedestal. That's actually it. And then you look around and it's like, this is what you fucking see for miles. And like literally you can see all the art cars out there. You can see everybody riding their bikes around. Oh, way out in the distance. You could barely see it in this video, but you could actually see a Mayan warrior all the way out there. And it's just incredible. It looks fucking sick, I know. Bad kid. Esther's an angel. She doesn't do drugs. She knows drugs are bad. Drugs are bad. Okay. Drugs are bad. Okay. But let me just look at that. You can see the temple up there. It was crazy. Just the amount of lights and everything. Oh my god. That was just the first night. So, like, by the first night, the first real night I was there, I was, like, already, like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? This was crazy. Premium homicide? I know. Oh, they identified him? Oh shit. I heard that this guy got murdered.
Now to this homicide investigation at the popular Burning Man festival. Police say
I did hear about this. Not while I was there. I only heard about it after I left. But I did hear about it. Yeah, it was kind of crazy. So from what I heard, it was like he died during the burn, but like not at the burn. Like he was like in the city somewhere while he got like murdered. Like why, if you're gonna be at Burning Man, why you're not gonna be there when the actual man is burning? Like I don't understand that. But very gay and based. Shikiki get it away with this. The Octocart car is by Dana Flatmo. It's called El Pulpo Magnifico. He and his team are also engineered the Dragon car. He's an EDM legend. Dude, it was fucking crazy. like on Sunday night, I was like, we were out with the octopus, and they had these like canisters that you could pull to like make fire go up. It was so cool. Like, so you like, it was interactive. Like anyone could just go up and pull it. And so basically I went up there and pulled it, and the guy who's like actually playing the octopus like locks in with me, and he's like, he like gave me a pattern to repeat, and I did it, and then we like locked the fuck in. We're like in sync with each other. It was fucking crazy, chat. It was the craziest thing you've seen people do. I saw a lot of things. There was this one chick that was like had a fire stick that she was spinning, except she was completely naked. He was with Camp Lisko's Licks, 37 from Omsk. It's crazy. Everyone in that car was so cool. I got some really cool footage of that car. Let me see if I can find any more. I got some sick footage of it. If I could find like. Oh yeah, this is it. Hold on. Video. Crop. I don't want to crop it. Video track. I want to change it so it's not on the side. How do I do that? How do I do this? Video. Always hit the screen as well. No, zoom. I can't turn it. I don't know how to turn it, chat. I don't know how to turn it, but this I got like right up close to it. Look at this shit. Look how fucking close I was to this thing. It's so cool. Dude, it was hot though, man. You got next to that. Those guys that were in that thing must have been fucking burning, dude. That shit got hot. They may have a viable suspect taken in custody during the Exodus on 447. That's kind of cool. So they actually got him. I can't even believe they. Honestly, I'm surprised they found him, because that's kind of insane. I have to ask a weird question, but how are you dressed as a guy or a girl? It really depends. Like, most of the people at my camp just dressed me as a guy, because I didn't really correct them on anything. But everyone was pretty, like, understanding. Like, a lot of people asked me my pronouns, and I would just say I don't care, so. Can't wait to see YouTube videos after the adventure. So no Molly for the Pulpo crew. Not for the Pulpo crew. Oh, not for them anyway. But yeah, no, it was hot. Like, it was genuinely hot to be under that thing. But it was so insane, chat. So the next day, we like go out again during the day, and we do like, I feel like we did more. I don't remember exactly what we did the next morning. But like that night, it was crazy. So the next night that we went out, someone had told us that there was gonna be like Burning Man, or not fuck. Someone told us there was gonna be Daft Punk playing, and we were like, oh shit, Daft Punk is playing? No way, it's so cool. And so we went out to try to find it, and we heard someone say it was like near the trash fence or something like that. So we go out and we ride out into the desert, and we see like one of the people that were with us like, oh, it's probably, there's Atomic Heart. It's probably at Atomic Heart. And then everybody else is like, no, it's probably at the trash fence, because it said it was at the trash fence. And so we went up to this fucking art car that was like, it was cool. It was another like interactive flame art car where you could like push a button and like have flame come out of a thing. And we asked the person there that was like running the art car. And she's like, we said, hey, do you know if Daft Punk is playing? And she literally fucking laughed at our face. She was like, I don't know if Daft Punk is or isn't playing, but it's a meme. Apparently, it's a meme that Daft Punk always plays the Trash Fence. So it's like in 2003 or something, like the running joke of like Daft Punk playing at the Trash Fence caught on, and it just is always a thing. Wherever people are always saying like Daft Punk plays at the Trash Fence. So now me and like me and everyone else are laughing our asses off because we were just like, holy shit, we got. We got. Daft Punk plays every year by the Trash Fence. Didn't you hear? Hey, didn't you hear? Right? They play at the Trash Fence. So like we're fucking dying. And the person that we were there with was like mad. She didn't believe it. She was like, no, I'm gonna go find them. And she went off on her own on her like little e-bike, and it died. So we had to go get her in her e-bike after it died. And then only then we actually go to Atomic Heart, and it was fucking Daft Punk. It was actually Daft Punk. They were actually there, and we actually saw them. Like, it was like, we went up, and they're like, we were still joking about Daft Punk playing, and it was like, no way is Daft Punk here, haha, like, oh, that's so funny. Daft Punk's not actually here, and then we walk up to this fucking art car, and I swear to God, there's fucking Daft Punk. Hold on, let me find the video. I got right up next to the stage. I didn't see, like, have that great of footage of it, but let's see if I can find it. It was so fucking crazy. Let's see, where was that one at? Hold on. See if I can find this. Shit, where did it go? Oh, there it is. Look it! Chat, it's fucking Daft Punk. You can't see it very well, but like, hold on, let's turn on the audio. It was fucking crazy, chat. We saw fucking Daft Punk. They must have known about the meme. I'm sure they do, but apparently it's not even the first time they've played like at Burning Man. Like I guess the guy, one of the dudes in Daft Punk, like knows the guy who runs Burning Man, and so it was like there was that. But Daft Punk is broken up. Like they don't play like often together. Like it was crazy. They were both there, and it was fucking Daft Punk. Landscape mode with the phone horizontal. Yeah, I know. In editing, I gotta move everything over. Had good freaking time. Thanks to those who made it possible for, like, honestly though, like, genuinely thank you everybody who made it possible. It was literally the most incredible experience of my life. I can't even, because at this point, right, I've seen Daft Punk, and I did not have that on my bingo card. Like, I was not emotionally prepared to see like an actual notable band, and I was like, what the fuck. But anyway, we like, at some point we walk, the main group goes back to the fucking like camp, and then me and like Bat Vibes and we and our like friends, we go out on our own just in the night on our bikes, and it was really a lot of fun. We found this fucking payphone that was like, it wasn't an actual payphone, like you didn't have to pay, but we figured that it was just like an art installation, that there was like no way that like this fucking payphone out in the desert actually worked. But we picked it up and there was a dial tone. So we were just like enamored by the fact that this thing had a dial tone. And like, whoa, there's no way this works. And so we put it back and we were just like talking about it. And then it fucking starts to ring. and like all of us were just like, what the fuck? And so I pick it up and there was just this chick that's like, hello? I'm like, hello? And I fucking start talking to this chick. She's like, how are you? I'm like, I'm alright. How are you? And my buddy is like, you're fucking with me. There's not anyone on that line. You're not actually talking to anybody. So I hand him the phone. And he's like, what the fuck? I swear to God, he had like a 30-minute conversation with this random chick that wasn't even at Burning Man. She just like found the number on like a Facebook group and decided to call it. It was like, what the fuck? So at this point, like, I was already like, this is the craziest shit I've ever seen. I'm glad you got to experience it, something you'll never forget. For sure. Like, it was insane. That night specifically was just so crazy. And I thought, like, there was no way it could top that. But it definitely did. Everyone should get to do this, something like this at least once in their life. 100%. Honestly, it was... At this point, like, I was, like, in the groove of Burning Man. I feel like when you go to Burning Man, like, you have to kind of... You get to Burning Man, and then you arrive at Burning Man, right? Like, you have to get yourself into, like, a mindset where you're in Burning Man. Because otherwise, like, when you're in normal life, everybody is so, like, kind of hostile to each other. Or it's like, ooh, I don't know you, don't talk to me, like, kind of vibe. But at Burning Man, it's the complete opposite. Because there's no phones. And so everybody's just, like, talking with everybody. And it's just, like, the digital detox is real, dude. It fucking... Having real people and, like, real conversations with people is just so incredible. That's the phone to God. If you're lucky, you speak directly to the Supreme Being, allegedly. I've been told tons of tests like that, but nothing quite like that big. I've been to tons of fests like that. Oh yeah, festivals. I mean, as for my first ever, like, festival, I kind of went hard. I won't lie. It was like going to a 0 to 100 real fucking quick, dude. It was, because I had been to a club like 3 weeks prior to this, and that was my first time going to, like, a real club. Otherwise, that was it. So it was really, like, a new experience for me, like, totally. Sorry, I gotta drink water, chat. Dude, I bought, like, an $8 fucking Camelback to go there, and I swear to God, it was the best purchase I've ever made. This little Camelback that I had, I filled it up like 4 times, and it was just such a light... I swear, if you ever go to Burning Man, anybody in chat, if you go, get a nice Camelback, because it is such like a clutch thing to have, especially when you're, like, if you're drinking or you're doing illegal activities. Being hydrated is extremely important. So, like, having that constant, like, oh, I should probably drink some water right now. Just being able to just do that, it's so useful. But, fuck. I started clubbing at 16, New York City life. Yeah, I didn't do that. I was way more sheltered. So I was, like, sheltered going into this. It was crazy. I saw a lot of boobies, chat. Quite a few. Quite a few boobies. Sorry, Esha, but the meme remains, or does it? Burning Man. Wait, what? Daft Punk just performed at Burning Man, or did they? Daft Punk just performed at the Burning... They just performed at the Trash Fence at Burning Man, except it wasn't them. Daft Punk performance had wiped Burning Man crowds into a frenzy this year. The strong rumors that the duo were actually going to appear. When they all flocked to the Trash Fence area to witness the duo, they were greeted by Daft Punk, a tribute act to the legends. I don't know if it was, because it wasn't at the Trash Fence. That's one thing. It wasn't like... I don't know if it was. It might have been. It might have not been them. Because, like, anybody could just put on the suit. So it could just be, like, anybody else. But at the same time, I'm not sure if it was. Because, like, I feel like that would have been kind of fucked up. Like, I feel like it would have hurt their reputation if they did that. And it wasn't at the Trash Fence. It was at Atomic Heart, not the actual Trash Fence. So, yeah, I don't know. It might have not been them. It might have been a fake. But I feel like that almost makes it funnier if it wasn't actually them because of the whole fucking story at this point. Like, we got there pretty late, so we didn't get to see, like, that much of them. But it was still, like, the fact that we got to see them at all was so fucking funny. It still counts. It still counts. It was so fucking crazy, chat. It's so fucking crazy. Anyway, yeah, so the next day, we went out, we did some more shenanigans in the daytime. We went out, I think we went to Center Camp, We went to, like, we explored, like, a lot more of the city itself. Because when you walk through the city, everyone's got their camps. And each camp has, like, a gimmick that they do. So you'll walk by, and there'll just be people like, hey, you wanna fucking climb this art, like, kind of sketchy fucking thing? There was this big, like, tower full of, like, nets that you could climb up and get to the top, where it was, like, a hammock, but, like, you have to, like, climb through it. Very sketchy. A lot of the nets were, like, ripped, and there were holes in them. It was very, and there were people coming up and, like, people coming down, and so you're, like, worried that you're gonna get, like, fucking kicked in the head where you're trying to, like, move. Ash, you're just popping in to tell you you're pretty. I go play games now. All right, thank you, Incognito or Indigo Continuum. Thank you for the compliment. It's Burning Man, so the truth is flexible. Exactly. Any of the boobies intrigued you as if you were to get some? No, I mean, none of them were like, none of them were in a I'm about to get some action kind of context. There's just naked people walking around at Burning Man, like, all over the place. That's kind of like, that's kind of just like a thing there. But, I don't know, I'm not really a booby kind of guy. Really wasn't that, like, interested in that so much. I did see a couple vaginas, but again, it was like, I don't know, it wasn't really in a sexual context, so it wasn't really, like, exciting that way, but, oh, like, implants? Oh, I don't think I see any implants. Is 18 plus anyhow? Not even close! There were so many kids there, I swear to God. There were so many children there. It was concerning. Like, I don't know what kind of parent brings the kid to fucking Burning Man, but there were a lot of them. Like, a lot of them. You just see them fucking running around everywhere, and I'm like, what the fuck? There are naked people everywhere. Like, I saw a lot of naked men. Like, quite a few old naked men, like, just walking around. There was a lot of them. How the fuck is that place not 18 plus? I don't know. I don't fucking know, but it's not. And it's crazy. Like, you get implants so you can have the boobies. Oh. I don't know if I would get implants to have boobies. I don't think I would. There's a lot of other surgeries I'd rather have before that. Like, I'd rather have electrolysis before I got boob implants. I'd rather have FFS before I got boob implants. I'd rather have Orky before I got boob implants. Like, and I wouldn't really... I don't know, maybe if they would look natural, I would. But there's just no way it would look natural. Especially in open camping. It's Rugrats galore. Yeah, it's fucking crazy. Bringing your kid to Burning Man is fucking wild as fuck. Yeah, it is. But those kids, I guess they're gonna have, like, cool stories. I guess there was a kid born at Burning Man, I think. Like, they were literally born there, which is fucking nutty. They never look natural, to be honest. That's my thing. Like, every time I see, like, fake tits, they always look so bad. I just hate the fake tit look. I hate it. I'd much rather just have smaller tits that look natural than big ass tits that look like fucking, they're like lop-eyed and I've seen so many like trans people with just the worst looking titties. I'm trying as you are, Asher. No changes needed. Oh, thank you. Anyway, yeah, so it was pretty fucking crazy. But like the night of the burn, once the burn happens, like that night, everyone gathers around the man in a huge circle, right? Like, you have this huge circle full of all of the art cars, all of the people. So just, like, surrounding the man is this huge energy of just, like, everybody there, like, everybody you screaming, yelling, having a good time. Like, all of the art cars are, like, blaring music. There's, like, this one train in the background that just keeps fucking going off. It was such, like, an intense environment, and it was so, like, the vibes were immaculate. It was just, everybody was hyped, like, you could feel the energy. It's kind of crazy, because, like, for those who don't know, every year they burn the man, but then they also have this temple, which is, like, a much more somber, it's more, like, mourning people's losses and stuff like that. That's what the temple's about. And just even going inside the temple, like, we went inside the temple, and it was emotional. Like, I don't even think you have to have, like, lost anybody, but you go into that temple, and it's like you can feel the weight of everyone's emotions there. It's insane. But at the burn itself, it was just this infectious, like, hype energy. The camps tend to self-police as needed. Like, you won't see many kids at places like Hair of the Dog during the vagina logs. Yeah, no, like, I doubt there's many kids at the Orgy Dome. Did you see the Guardians? Do you mean the guys who stand around the burn? Yeah, because so there's the man, right? And when they get ready to burn it, they, like, section it off. So, like, you're not allowed to get anywhere near it before it's, like, about to go. Because they go in there and they rig it to blow. And while it's rigged to blow, no one's allowed anywhere near it. So they have, like, rows of people that, like, stand around the burning itself to, like, watch the people to make sure no one fucking tries to run, right? Because apparently that happened one year where one guy was just like, fuck it, and just ran straight into it. So they have like a first row of people that are there just to watch people and to see what they're doing. And then they have a second row of people that are ready to literally just fucking tackle somebody if they fucking try it. But yeah. The big question, did you get roofied while you were there? I don't think so. I didn't get roofied. Anyway, what's good? Hello, Disco. Fuck, I missed a lot. Don't worry, go back and watch the VOD or just wait for me to post a video, because I'll post a video about it. But yeah. No one's dressed in black at the temple. The one in high vis around the perimeter at the burns are rangers. Well, there's a couple different things, because there's like the rangers who are out there. There's like the EMT guys. There's like that are out there as well. But then you have like the guards themselves. They're different from like the rangers, because their specific job is just to make sure that no one tries to run in. They're there for the temple too. It's like, and they get cool names because they're called the Temple Guard, which just sounds cool. But my arm is also injured, so that's great. Oh damn! What the fuck? How'd that happen? Don't do that. So spilled beans and chili. What was the craziest thing you did? What was the craziest thing I did? I don't know what like the craziest thing. I mean, in what way? What's the craziest thing I did? Because I didn't really do anything that was like absolutely insane. Like they had these, you could like go up and like parachute down. Like they would fly you up above the city, and then you could like jump out of the plane and like parachute down, which was really cool. I didn't do that, but I kind of wanted to. I want to do that next time I go. But yeah, anyway. So basically, at this point, we're like, you know, everyone's around the man here, surrounded by him. Horns are blared, everyone's getting hyped, and dude, when it goes up, like, it is insanity. Like, the best imagine like the most intense fireworks show you've ever seen and dial that up to like 10. It is fucking crazy. They like have a huge fireworks show, and while the fireworks show is going off, like there's different parts of the man that are like going off of fireworks, and then like at a certain point the whole thing just fucking boom, like way the fuck up. Literally an explosion. Like, it is the biggest explosion I've ever seen in my life. It's a 40-foot, you know, the man is like 40 foot tall, but he's also on like a 20-foot platform, so he's like almost like 100 feet tall of wood, and it just explodes like all at once, and it's huge, just fireball. Oh my god, it was literally the most intense thing I've ever seen in my life. I left my bicycle on the way to work. Oh damn, that sucks. Sorry to hear that, Disco. Can't tell the only good outcome of this situation that I get to watch this stream. I can just barely use the keyboard with both my hands. Damn. Yeah, that sucks. I hope you feel better, Disco. Except all the fire, this sounds a lot like the Warped Tour used to be. I've heard of Warped Tour, but I've never been there. But yeah, the actual man burning, like once you're there, you can understand. I understand. Like I get it. I get it now. Like it is the most insanely cool thing I've ever seen. And it's not just like the sheer beauty of the actual burn itself, but it's also like the art of it, right? It's like you have this amazing piece of artwork. Like the wooden sculpture is a piece of art in of itself. Like it is truly like gorgeous. And then the fact that there's all this other art inside of it, hundreds of man hours going into making this gorgeous piece of art, and it all gets burned away. It's so, the whole thing is like symbolic. It's so fucking like, it's so steeped with meaning that the whole concept of it being built and then burnt is, it's in of itself like art, and it's truly like probably one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen. It is insane. I'm talking pre-vans too. The temple guardians are only inside the quiet spaces and are supposed to not be seen, but they are to keep watch and ensure safe, respectful space for all. If they have to, they will step in. Someone causes a ruckus. Apparently someone tried to get political inside the main space, and they started to scuffle, and the guardians had to intervene. Folks said they popped out of nowhere. That's kind of crazy. They probably is what they do. I know they also prevent people from running out towards the burn while it's happening. That, it's interesting to like go from watching like the main man burn on like Saturday and then going to watch the temple burn on Sunday. So like in the man, there's all these fireworks, there's all this shit that's like fucking fireworks are going off everywhere, flares going up, and then just accumulates with this fucking explosion, and then like 10 to 20 minutes of just the biggest bonfire you've ever seen. But the temple burn is much different because there's no fireworks, there's no fancy things like that. It's literally they just light it and let it go, and it's so quiet. There's no music, there's no cheering, there's no, all you can hear is people like crying, and you can hear like every once in a while people will start a wooing like wolves. They start like howling and just randomly. It was very somber. At one point someone was just like someone just yelled out like, "Free Palestine! Free Palestine!" And some other guy was like, "Fuck you! It's not appropriate!" And then like everyone else had to like, then people started howling to cover it up to like get past it. It was crazy. But genuinely the temple burn was so, like, as like a comparison to go from like one to the other, it was so wild and so different. I think I have a video pulled up of the temple burn, what it actually looked like, but it was genuinely crazy. Oh, here we go, chat. Let's watch some of these videos. So you can see like the scale of this shit, right? It's insane. That's the temple over there, that little black octagon thing. That's so many. I know, and this is like a portion of it. There's the man in the center, and you can see just the insane scale of it. It's truly incredible. Can you see your camp from here? No, my camp's like over that way. Only a portion? Yeah, like you can see it because this is like the other end of the whole thing. I think there's like 70 or 80,000 people there every year. Oh, I think I can see, yeah, I could probably see my camp if I look closely. Because we're like over here, I think. That center camp, this is 6 o'clock right here. And so that's like 5:35. If that's 5:30, we're probably right about... Fuck. I think we were at A, B, C, E, F. Oh, no, right here. I don't know if you guys can see my cursor, but right where my cursor's at, that's my camp. That's where I was. 80 people used to live there. Now it's only dust. Holy fuck, it's massive. Yeah, no, it is fucking massive. It's like when I biked all the way out to like the trash fence. It's a long fucking way to bike. You can see how small people are. Wait. Did you get a signal or anything? I was only able to get a signal. Oh yeah, this is the, look at this thing right here is the thing I climbed with all of like the hammocks and stuff. Like that thing was sketchy as fuck, but I climbed up to the top of that thing. Look at fucking, look at the top one's even ripped, but like I got up all the way up there. It's kind of crazy. About 779,999, too many people for me. I only got a signal at center camp, and that was the only time I got signal. And I had to like coordinate because like I had to get someone to check on my cats because Dob kind of fell through, so I had to like really figure something out while I was there, which was kind of stressful, but. Oh yeah, just look at that, dude. So this is after the burn, right? This is after you can see like the embers in like the thing it left in the ground as the embers burn. It's so fucking cool. And actually you can see I think right I think you can see Mike, I was right here. I don't know if you can see my cursor, but I was right there when this was happening. That's where I was during the burn, but you can see just like the absolute fucking scale of it. It's just insane. Like a Hubble pick. How often did he check on the cats? Did he feed them too? They only got checked up on once, which I was not super happy about, to be honest, but they're okay. They ended up being okay. See, I was here. Like I remember seeing this. Yeah, the squid wasn't here yet though, so this must have been before I got there. Have you already shown pics of your own yet? A little bit, a couple of them. I took a lot more than I took a lot of video, like way more than I was expecting to. So I have a lot. And it's like all in 4K, but it doesn't look quite as cool as this, but I'm gonna compile it all into a video. It's fucking crazy. Also, apparently Elon Musk was there, which is pretty fucking nutty. Also, the guy who created Blue Sky was there. I wanted them to like get together in like the fucking Thunderdome and beef out their shit. I thought that would have been really funny. Oh yeah, this is Mayan Warrior right here. Ah, fuck, Mayan Warrior was insane, dude. I saw this car a couple times while I was there. It was insane. You didn't take pictures with people? I try not to take pictures of like people specifically. I try not to like get a lot of people in the video. Like obviously I did because he's kind of hard to avoid, but like I didn't like film people specifically. Any drugs? I plead the fifth. Let's see if I can find myself here. Oh yeah, I'm over there, I think. On the other side of this. Oh, Mine Warrior's right there too. It's crazy though, just like looking at all this shit, dude. It's so... Actually, wait a minute. Might have been right there. Maybe not. But... Just look at that shit. I think. Trying to see here. Can I see myself? Yeah, I think I was over here somewhere. Trying to see where is. Yeah, I think I was like right about there. Right about there where my cursor is. I love neon. Dude, you would fucking love it there. Good night, Phoebe. That people might recognize you from Twitch or Instagram? Nah, no, I don't think anyone from my stream was there. Homegirl tested the forbidden Listerine strip. Got miffed by that one art piece allegedly and flew out early. Really? I took a picture at that one art piece. I love that. I had like Bat Pipes took like a really good picture of me at that art piece. Try to see which are cars are here. Which ones do I recognize? I mean, honestly, it was so fucking crazy. Oh, there's Dandelion. I met those guys. It's like crazy the amount of people you meet, honestly. Like, it really is incredible. Like, you meet so many people, you like talk to so many people. It's truly like, it's truly an incredible experience. Like, I don't even, you don't even really have to be on drugs to like experience it and like understand how cool it is. It's just, it's fucking crazy. Just the whole experience. It truly is. Kind of people I meet? I met all kinds of people, dude. I met like a brain surgeon. There's some guy I met that like used to work with Elon Musk, but now he doesn't. It's fucking crazy. Good to see you survived Burning Man. I did survive Burning Man. Some fanboy covered it with heart on a tarp for a bit. It's covered with it with a heart on a tarp for a bit. Not cool. Make your own art if you disagree. Don't alter others. Wait, what did he do it to? Sometimes it's better to not be on drugs during things like that. Well, yeah, that's true. But drugs help. Unfortunately, even the most amazing events have its dark sides. Oh yeah, I fucking seen this video. This guy is such a hater, dude. Like I watched like the start of this video and he like films it in a way where it makes you think that like it's gross there. I don't even think that's the same burn. I think this is a different burn than when I was there. I don't think this is the 2025 one. But like it's like if you see this video, you'd think you'd go there and there would just be a bunch of trash everywhere. But that's really not the way it is. Like, yeah, of course there is some trash that gets left behind. But like it's not to like a degree where it's like, ooh, right? You would not be there and be like, this place is disgusting, there's trash everywhere. Because most people do, you know, take it pretty seriously, I would say. Like, it was pretty rare for me to find a piece of plastic on the ground, and anytime I did, I'd pick it up. So it's like really not... I'll have to watch the rest of this video too, but it's like, it's really not like that gross to be there. Like, there isn't a bunch of trash everywhere. You don't see there's no piss jugs lying around. There just isn't something you see there. And I get that it obviously exists, right? Especially when you leave like the actual desert, like there's a lot more trash, but like at the event of Burning Man, a lot of people take the whole moop thing very seriously, and so you don't actually see like a lot of trash everywhere. He sprayed a janky hurt on a tarp to cover the fuck hurt on it on the art piece. Oh. Yeah, that's a little weird. It was a cool art piece though. You like stretching yet? Fit check maybe? No one's redeemed the fit check, Colbert. Gotta wait till someone does the redeem fit check. Can't be giving that away for free now. Come on. I still have to pay rent tomorrow somehow. I do think I'm gonna have to go and like sell that shotgun tomorrow, but I don't know how I'm gonna do it because my car doesn't work and my motorcycle is the only mode of transport I have, and I don't know how I'm gonna get my motorcycle and me and my gun to the gun store to sell it. So I'm a little bit like, I don't know what I'm gonna do about that, but we'll figure it out. Fit check. Okay. Do you have a case or a bag to put it in? I do, but like, I don't know how I'm gonna fucking... Because the gun store I have to go to is like a good bit away, and I don't really feel comfortable driving my motorcycle that far anyway. And so that's like a problem. But then I have to do it with a gun strapped to my back. It's like a long gun, like it's not small. So it's like, it would be really noticeable. I don't know how I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna have to like figure something out because like I kind of have to. Because like I like it's like I have to do that by like tomorrow, but like I don't actually know how I'm gonna do it, so we'll find out, chat. You have to call him Dabo. Well, his problem is his car doesn't work. That's like why he wasn't able to go check on the cats, is his car broke down. So I really don't have Dabo to rely on at this point in time. No tan? No, I put on too much sunscreen to get tan. Selectively shows the intermediate aftermath of BM and ORG has a month to remediate. They do massive amounts of work. You can find great videos for a long time. Burns who show the actual playa after it's done. Selectively shows the intermediate aftermath of Burning Man. Yeah, it's like I feel like he just has it out for Burning Man because I've seen a bunch of negative shit he's posted about Burning Man, like, actually Burning Man is dangerous and people get raped there, and it's like, well, yeah, but like that's the outline, not most of it. It's like everywhere has bad things about it, and it's just like it's like, this is what Burning Man doesn't want you to see. Oh fuck, thank you Disco Stu. Welcome back, idiot. Thank you for the $50.
Welcome back, idiot.
Rent is due, yeah. Rent is due tomorrow, so I've gotta, unless someone want to buy something of mine real quick. Thank you, Disco Stu, for the $50, so thank you so much. Did you get a replacement for the truck? He's got a new Toyota, but it had like a problem. I guess it needs engine mounts or something, because it had like a vibration, so he couldn't drive it. Yeah. In Minecraft, of course. Yeah. Does anyone want to buy something in Minecraft, allegedly? How much are your shorts for your... How much are your shorts for rent? You can buy them in Minecraft for $500. You saw my donation? I did. Thank you so much, Disco. Thank you so much. That's why I'm very buying a used car or a guitar, for that matter. Yeah, but I mean that shit's always, there's always a risk of that happening. You can buy a brand new car, drive it off the lot, and have something like that happen. It's just sort of the way it goes sometimes. But please read it again. How much are you short for rent? Oh, how much am I short for rent? About $500. It's actually like, I think 600, but that's fine. I think I'll figure something, because I can sell that shotgun, and I think I should just cover it with that shotgun, so it should be fine once I do that. But still, it's a little bit like, oof, you know what I mean? But well, I thought the man just wanted to buy some shorts. Do you not want to buy some shorts? Does anyone want to does anyone want to buy my shorts in Minecraft? They're pretty cute. I like my shorts. Disco gets to pick your outfit. Anyway, but yeah, it honestly though, it was kind of like financially irresponsible to go to Burning Man this year, I won't lie, but I don't regret going at all. It was genuinely, I really think it was the most amazing experience of my life so far. It was that crazy, just the actual, everything was just insane. I was thinking of that American bikini George, cowboy boots and hat. sell a pair for 25. You could sell a pair of 25 red crop tops and gray booty shirts as Astra uniform merch. I could. I could. Well, then I'd have none left, and I really do like those shirts and those crop tops. I would sell a couple if someone wanted to buy them in Minecraft. Oh, I got the bat. Fucking finally. It's flying around me all day. Water? Yes, I have water. I do actually have to go to the store after this to get food. Because I'm, like, out of food. Have you washed any of them yet? Or you still have clean ones? I've gone through them all. There, at least once. I washed some at some point. Like, I don't have any brand new ones, but... Could have made a gold mine selling them in Reno. The yearly flood of ads hit the groups looking for post-Burning Man laundry sales. Yeah, I don't know. I want to go back next year, chat. I really want to go back next year. I really do. I want to... That's all I'm thinking about, is I want to go back next year. Oh yeah, but I didn't even finish my story, chat. I forgot. I got so wrapped up in it. Honestly, it was such an intense experience. Like, it was so incredible. Maybe because of things that allegedly were taken. I'm not saying, I'm not confirming or denying, but it was definitely the most intense experience, and it was incredible. But after the burn, it was the temple burn, and that was its own emotional roller coaster. Like, I don't really want to get too much into that one specifically, because that was more the temple burn was why I went, like, and nothing else mattered except for the temple burn. So for me, the temple burn was really, really... Yeah, I remember I got sidetracked. Not this one. Yeah. This. Oh yeah, here we go. This is the actual temple. This is a really good video of the temple burn. You can see it. It was just... You could tell just how, like, somber it was. You could just hear it. No one's fucking talking. It was just really, really... It was a very emotional experience. Really a good experience, I feel like. Like, it was a good emotional experience, but it was still very, very, very powerful. Has all the people's ashes. I don't think it has any ashes. It's just memories. A lot of pictures. It's very sad to go in there and watch it, because you could just tell, like, there's so many pictures, and for every picture there was, like, a loss associated with that picture, and it was very sad. Save $10 a week, and you might have enough to go next year. I'm gonna start saving, chat. I genuinely am, because I really want to go next year. It was so gorgeous, chat. It was so gorgeous. It was kind of insane too, because at a certain point, like, the center had like a spiral in it, so you could see, like, it was creating these, like, fire tornadoes. It was really, really cool. You had these, like, dust devils that were being kicked up off of it. It was honestly a really fucking powerful experience. And to be honest with you, it's kind of crazy how fast shit packs up. Because, like, even on Sunday, a lot of people were packing up on Sunday. Like, a lot of the things that were there on Saturday were not there on Sunday. But there was still people partying. Like, I didn't even think that there was going to be any partying going on after that. But there was still, like, a lot of shit going on after, like, the temple burn. Like, when I was, like, playing the fire stick with the dude from the octopus, it was, like, that was on Sunday, which was pretty crazy. Fire tornadoes are super cool to watch, but they're scary in real life. Yeah. They do allow and have put cremated ashes in the temple at past burns. Oh shit, I didn't know that. Did they use charcoal wood or lighter fluid? I have no idea. But yeah, I almost forgot. On Saturday, during, like, the actual temple burn, there was this guy there that had this bag of, like, lighter cozies. And basically, they're all, like, unique, and so you pull one, and it would say something, and they would, like, he basically said, okay, pull the one that speaks to you. If it doesn't speak to you, put it down and get another one. And so I pulled a couple out, and there was, like, it would say something like laugh, or dance, or whatever the fuck. or Nourish. I think the first one I got was Nourish, and I'm just like, you know, it's alright, but it doesn't speak to me. And then I pull out this one. Look at this, chat. Look how cool this is. It doesn't say anything. It's completely blank, and I just thought it was so unique that I was just like, oh, that's cool. And so this is the one I took. And he said it was like, he said some like mystical bullshit where it's like that one's the oneness or something like that. I don't know. It kind of sounds kind of like pretentious thinking about it, but it was cool, and I vibed with it. So I love this little thing, dude. Look how cool this is. It's real leather that he like molded for the lighter cozy. I took the lighter out so I could take it through TSA, but the Bat Vibes actually has the lighter with him. But this is it. Look how cool it is. Ah, it's so fucking sick. I love it. I love it. People are still there now. Strike Week is its own party. Really? There's still people there right now? I don't know if I could. I wonder how long that goes on for. When do you go to Iowa? In literally less than 4 days, chat. I go on the 8th. But people are. We still got some story to go through here, chat. So Sunday came, Sunday went, and it was really sad, and it was really powerful. It was awesome, very relief. Like it was a healing experience. It was very needed for me, I think. But then the next day was Monday, and Monday is when most people pick up and go. Like you have people who do strikes, like Strike Week and everything, where they kind of don't listen to the rules and they just sort of stay there as long as they possibly can, which is kind of fun, and I kind of dig it, but don't blow all the stories in one stream. Oh, I've got it. It's like, this is the Burning Man stream. I gotta finish the tale, the saga. I gotta finish ever. I got like 10 minutes to finish this. But I would do like the teardown. I would like to be the part of like the build-up crew and the teardown crew. I wouldn't mind staying like a week extra on both ends just to do that. But anyway, so I wake up at around 6 a.m., 6:30 or whatever, and then we kind of ate breakfast or whatever, get kind of chill. Everyone's getting organized, everyone's packed, everyone's like ready to go. And again, Bat Vibes and the others leave before me because they had a flight directly out of Black Rock City, and I had to take the bus. And so I got into the bus, or I had to walk all the way back from like 4:30 to like 6:15. So again, it was like a mile-long walk, which is just a good bit of a walk. But it was nice because like I came in and I did that walk, and I started the week with that walk, and I ended the week with that walk. So I felt like it was really appropriate. But I strap my backpacks on, get both my backpacks on, and I take off at around 8:30 in the morning on Monday. And so I make my way over to the bus. I get in line. I get like registered. You can barely see it, but they stamped a little stampy stamp on my wrist to say that I was good, that I actually had a ticket, I was supposed to be there. How did the boots fare? The boots are amazing, chat. Hold on, I'll go get them. Hold on, let's show you guys. So these boots, you remember so much that just means you didn't do enough fun adult things. Trust me, I did enough fun adult things. Went hard. But these are the boots I wore. And I bought these like a week or two before Burning Man, and they were like 80 bucks, and I wasn't sure if it was gonna be worth it, but my god, were these things worth it. Cause like, they're a little hard to get on and off, cause you have to really like, kind of pull the laces loose every time you take it off. But they're really on, and I put those Dr. Scholl's insoles in them. I was fully prepared to have extremely sore feet at the end of the week, chat. Like, I was prepared to be a little miserable with my feet. But I swear to God, I did all of that biking. I did all of that walking. More walking than I had done in, like, the whole year combined in 1 week. And my feet never hurt. Not once. These things are incredible. And you can see inside. I don't know if you can see this. Yeah, look at chat. Look at. You can see a little bit of playa, like caked onto the bottom of my shoe. That like during the burn, at some point I was doing dust angels on the dirt, and a ton of fly dust got on my boots. But I got most of it out, but the rest of it kind of incorporated itself into the sole. So I'll have a little bit of playa with me wherever I go. But honestly, these things are so good and they work so well. These are my new shoes. Like these are just what I wear as shoes now. Like these have replaced my old shoes. These are so fucking good. They're so comfortable. They're so solid. They weren't too hot. They weren't too cold. They weren't too fucking. And they're really just, these were like perfect. Absolutely the perfect shoe. I contributed to, yeah. She stuck around after the man burn. It was definitely possible. Wait, what? Did you see people do adult things in like clapping cheeks? I didn't specifically, but other people did. And, like, a lot of people would just like get naked and fuck in the sand in the desert because it's really hard, especially if you're not wearing any lights. No one's gonna see you. It's just kind of dangerous because like you might get ran over. But I didn't see anyone doing it. No. I told you the souls were the hack. They fucking were, dude. But she wouldn't listen. Did the goggles and hat work out? The goggles and hat did work out. I didn't wear the goggles as much as I thought I was going to. There weren't really any whiteouts. There was one whiteout, but that was kind of it. So I didn't really have to wear them a ton. I did wear them because there was a lot of dust. You're breathing in a lot of dust, honestly. But it wasn't the worst, and I didn't need to use them a whole lot, but I did use them, and it was really nice when I needed them. So the goggles were good. The mask I had was pretty good. The hat was great, but really the MVPs were the camelback and my fucking boots. Dude, those were so good. The souls got me through 3.5 years of card attending at Target while wearing Doc's Law. How dirty is the tactical backpack? Well, let me go get it. Honestly, it's not actually that dirty, but it did like get rummaged around in this. It's getting cleaner as I like wear it and use it, because I still use it like whenever I go on my bike. But it was a lot more dustier earlier. But you can still see there's playa dust on it. I just took a little bit of playa with me. But this is what I mostly wore when I was out walking. I have my wet wipes in here. This was like my trash, and this one I had a whole bunch of other random shit in here. And then in this back pocket, this is where I had my camelback. And this thing, still got a little bit in it. Probably like clean that. But you could tell like just how fucking dirty this thing got. Because like this thing would be hanging loose, right? And so sometimes it would just like be dragging along the sand. But it was so nice because this just comes off and the actual mouthpiece is like super clean. And so and it never leaks because it has this fucking valve that works really well. So it just, this thing was such an MVP. I like a couple other people, like they gave the other two people I was with camelbacks, and their camelbacks were shitty. Like they weren't nearly as good as this thing. It was so good. It fucking talk about MVP. This the boots. Fucking MVP. You can see a little glow stick light that I had here that no longer glows. Did you get close to the burning pile after the Rangers opened their perimeter of the burning member? Because it's pretty wild and primal right near their fire edges on the burn night. Plenty of light and all kinds of adult activities going on by the fire. I did not walk the burn. I did in the temple burn. I walked the temple burn after that burn. We went around it. But not, and we did not do that on the main man burn because a couple of people I was probably good enough to do it, but a couple of people that I was with probably were not good enough to go rock right next to some fire. we made the tactical decision that we probably shouldn't do that. Um, probably a good thing. Just DM'd you? Alright, hold on, let me look. Just sanded them, gotta get a new mink oil tomorrow, conditioned leather. Oh, hell yeah, look at that. Palladium boots. They are good, honestly. The Palladium, they're good boots. Camelbacks are must-have for going out in the heat. It was an essential item, I would say. It was very important. But anyway, again, it's Monday. I took off at about 8:30. That's when I started walking towards the bus depot. And I got to the bus depot, and we ended up leaving. I got on the bus, and the bus ended up taking off at about like 9:30, I think, on Monday. And the bus is a 2.5-hour bus ride. So 2.5 hours. The only issue is that, like, the bus I got on, the chick who was driving it was very, like, I don't know, she was an aggressive driver. She really was an aggressive driver. And she was, like, kind of not paying attention the whole time. It was a little bit like, ugh. And again, a lot of this is 2-lane highway. So it's anytime you want to pass somebody, you have to go into oncoming traffic to pass them. And so she's doing that like a lot. And one time she tries to pass somebody, but the bus is very top heavy, so it sways. And so she comes back into line, and it sways so hard that the bus gets kind of dragged off into the dirt for a little bit. And everyone's just like, what the fuck? And there was this French couple sitting across the aisle from me, and the guy's like, hey, is she asleep? What's going on? And I'm like, no, she's not asleep. And she's like, and he's like, we're passing people. It's a 2-lane road, right? Why are you doing that? I'm just like, well, you know, it's dotted through yellow lines. You can't, if you want to. And then some guy was like, hey, what's the fuck is going on? Get back in the other lane. And she's like, I'm gonna pass people, goddammit. And then the other thing is, I think someone took a shit at the start of the ride, which just is fucking annoying. Because it smelled like shit in there the whole time. And not only that, but it was hot. Because the AC in the bus wasn't working. So it was fucking scorching the entire time. The 2.5 hours of that was a little rough. But then I got to the airport. And it was guilty. Large Marge. Sometimes look forward. Something to look forward to next year. Some people have been known to go to Burning Man. Go running into the fire, they were okay, so probably a good call, yeah. That would make me puke, the smell alone. Yeah, it was not great. It was not fantastic. How does it feel to take the US for the first time? To take the bus for the first time? Oh, the bus? It was alright. The bus wasn't... I kind of enjoyed the fact that I took the bus, especially because I got there early. And I was able to skip the huge line of cars. I didn't have to worry about that. So there was a lot of benefits, but the shit smell was really bad. Though it's only 2.5 hours. So the actual bus, like, I would take the bus again. Because the actual bus ride, it wasn't that bad. Especially if your flight is, like, good after that. It's really not that bad. The issue is, chat, I had this whole planned out. Like, I had the whole itinerary. I went with Frontier. I had it all booked with Frontier. Like, I didn't use... like kayak, so there was mismatched airlines, and it was just Frontier. And so I got to the airport, and I actually met up with my group. They were there too, which is kind of cool. But they took off at like 1 o'clock. So I was at the airport at about, I got to the airport I think at about like 12:30. Well, yeah, 12:30-ish. Or 12 to 12:30, and then they left at about 1. I had to McDonald's, and then I had to wait until 7 o'clock, because my plane didn't take off until 7. 7 came and went, and my plane had not shown its pretty little face yet. And so at this point, I'm starting to be like, well, what the... I have a connection flight, right? I have a connection in Vegas. So the plan initially was that I would wait in Reno until about 5:30, 6:30, and then board the plane, take off at 7, land in Vegas at around 8:30, and then my next plane would take off at 9:30. It would take out 9:30-ish. So they started boarding the plane in Vegas at 9:23. But I got a text saying my flight was delayed, and I was like, well, that's not good. And so I keep looking at it, and I keep looking at it, and eventually I got a text. So like, I'm already nervous at this point that I'm not gonna get my connection, but I get a text from Frontier saying that, hey, sorry, your plane's being delayed and you're not gonna make your connection. Here are the other options for flights that you can choose, or you can get a refund. And the next flight to Atlanta, Vegas, or Atlanta, Vegas, to Atlanta, Georgia, from where I was at, to like go the same route, was Wednesday. Fucking Wednesday. And so I was like, I don't want to wait like a whole day and a half in the airport. So I was like royally freaking out. So I go up to the person at the counter, and she's like, well, you're gonna have to go back down to the main counter at the front of the airport to like talk about this. So I go back down, back through TSA, go to talk to the Frontier lady, and she's just like, yeah, but, you know, on my end, it says you should still be fine. So I kept saying, like, showing her my text, and I was like, hey, it's saying I'm not gonna make it. And she's like, yeah, I think you'll be fine. I think you'll be fine. And so I'm like, and so I guess I really didn't have any option at that point. So I just, because it was either give it a try or end up being stuck at the fucking Reno airport for a day and a half. And I don't know how, but it was the worst airport experience of all time. Because in Reno, they have a bunch of fucking gambling machines everywhere. It's all like, every 2 seconds, it's like, Wheel of Fortune! Yeah! And it's like, and inexplicably, it also sounds like a daycare. There were at least like 2 kids screaming and crying at any given time during that whole like 8-hour waiting period from like 1 o'clock to 8 o'clock. There's always, I swear to God, the fucking child over in the corner of the airport just banshee screaming, just like, oh. I was about ready to punch somebody. There was like this chick eating an apple. And she like took, like, I got up for a second and she took my seat and I was a little miffed, but she was eating this apple and she was like eating it like, and I was just like, you know when you look at somebody, when someone does something that just irritates you and you're already like pushed on the edge a little bit, I was like, I'm about ready to like crash the fuck out right now. And I didn't gamble, no, but I could have. And so finally, I wait, and my plane finally fucking gets there at around 8 o'clock. So now I'm kind of freaking out because the flight is like an hour and a half. So now I might get there at like 9:20. I might get there at like 9:16. But that only gives me like 15 minutes to get from my plane to the connection in Vegas airport. So it's not just a simple little jaunt. It's not the next gate over. I have to go down like a flight of stairs, down into a tram, through a tram, up through like several escalators, and down like a really long hallway to get to my next gate. And so I get into the plane as I'm boarding, and I like tell the lady like, hey, I have a really close connection. And she's like, oh yeah, where are you going? And it's like Atlanta, and she's like, oh okay. And so they actually, kudos to the guys on that flight. I was way in the back, and so they brought me and gave me like a first class seat in the front, like the very front of the plane. It's Frontier first class, so it was still dog shit, but it was first class. So I was like, hey, that's kind of cool. But I could barely enjoy it, because the whole time, the whole flight, I was just antsy. I was nervous like as shit. Because I knew that if I missed my flight, I was going to be stuck at the Vegas airport for like a long fucking time. And so the plane, remember, the next plane from Vegas to Atlanta boarded at 9:23. And I land at 9:34. And so luckily they let me off the plane like super early. And so I ran. I fucking ran off of the plane. I fucking Usain bolted my ass down with my heavy ass backpack. After that whole week, after that whole exhausting week, I was fucking running through the Vegas airport, like just trying to find, like, gassed myself out. And I finally get to my gate and the door is shut and there's no one else there. And I'm just like, I asked the chick, like, did they leave? And she's like, oh yeah, did you miss your plane? I'm like, it was I was destroyed, chat. I was like I slammed my bag down on like a counter, and I was just like, fuck. This is Astra. She almost crashed out of the airport. Homegirl was pulled down, and I was running. I was running. I was running very fast, or at least as fast as I could, with like as much shit as I was carrying.
Ambrosia, so I guess we gotta get those miniature marshmallows. And I'll do the crescent rolls, and you do the cranberries. You know I can't cook. Oh. Yeah, well, I'll see you tomorrow then. Gobble, gobble. Oh, bye-bye. Welcome to Marathon. May I help you?
Yes.
How may I help you?
You can start by wiping that fucking dumbass smile off your rosy fucking cheeks. Then you can give me a fucking automobile. A fucking Datsun, a fucking Toyota, a fucking Mustang, a fucking Buick. 4 fucking wheels and a seat.
I really don't care for the way you're speaking to me.
And I really don't care for the way your company left me in the middle of fucking nowhere with fucking keys to a fucking car that isn't fucking there. And I really didn't care to fucking walk down a fucking highway and across a fucking runway to get back here to have you smile at my fucking face. I want a fucking car right fucking now.
Yeah, that's pretty much what happened. That's kind of the way I like. That like face, that like face of just like, that like the anger, the sheer rage in my soul at that point. Still worth it. Oh yeah, it's totally worth it. But that was me in that moment. I was just like, so I after I missed my flight, I like walked down, back all the way through the airport, back to TSA again. So this was my 3rd time. I had to go through TSA 3 fucking times that day. And I go back. I go back to the Frontier desk, and I'm like, and I talk to the lady. There's this guy in front of me, and there's this couple, and they're like yelling and screaming because apparently they thought the chick was too drunk to board, and so they told him that the guy could get on the plane, but she couldn't. And like then they told them where to find the thing, and they were mad because they didn't understand the tram, and it's like they're crashing out in front of me, and I'm just like, I'm like drained at this point. I go up, and I get to the counter. I'm like, missed my flight. Connection was late. Missed my flight. And she's like, basically, she told me like, well, you know, we don't have any other flights that take off until you could catch the same flight tomorrow, which is at 10 p.m. So again, it was 10 p.m. when I was there. It's like 10:30 at this moment right now at the airport, about like 10 or 10:30. And the flight that I was supposed to catch that she's talking about is a whole 24 fucking hours later. I would have to spend 24 hours sitting in the Las Vegas airport. Or I could like go catch like an 11 a.m. flight, so that's still like 15 hours, but at least it's not 24 hours. And that would have gotten me to Denver. And then from Denver, I might have been able to find a different connection from Denver to Orlando or Atlanta or whatever the fuck. But I like called my mom and we figured it out, and like I ended up getting a refund for that flight. And I don't know if I've been accepted for that refund yet or not, but we'll fucking see. If they don't, I'm gonna be fucking mad if they don't refund me that bullshit. But I had to then, so we had to get another flight. I went with United this time, because like, I'm like, fuck Frontier, fuck these assholes, I'm going fucking United. And we managed to find like a decently cheap flight from Las Vegas to Denver, from Denver to Orlando. And so that's what I took. So I Again, if that flight didn't take off until 6:30. And so I still had to wait like 8 to 10 hours in the Las Vegas airport after waiting 8 hours in the Reno airport. So after a 2.5-hour bus ride to Reno, I had to wait 8 hours in Reno, and then I had to wait another like 10 hours in Vegas once I got to Vegas. I was exhausted. Can I find it? I had this one picture. I walked outside of the fucking airport at some point because I was fucking exhausted, right? I was like not having it. I was not having a good time. Oh, this is on the flight. This is that's the right one. Let's see if I can find. Oh yeah, here we go. I like walked out of the airport terminal onto like the passenger pickup just to like say, because I wanted to say like, oh yeah, at least I'm in Vegas, right? I can see Vegas. Driving would take less time, cost less too. I think in total, the amount of travel time. Well, I'll get to it in a second. It's just like I need a better fucking flight, not 15 hours later. It was so crazy. It was so fucking bad. So I was, at this point, I called Bad Vibes, and he's like, you need to, like, go above their head and be a Karen and get the manager. I'm like, the manager isn't going to fabricate a flight out of thin air. There isn't another flight until 10 p.m. the next day. So it's not happening. And so I ended up, so we got the next flight. I had to leave. It was like, it left at 7 a.m. or something like that. And so I had to wait another long-ass time. From 9:30 to, like, 6:30, I had to stay at the fucking Vegas airport, right? I don't know exactly how long it was, but it was long. It was long fucking time. And basically, I before I went up back to my gate, because I still had to go back through TSA, I was just, like, sitting there in, like, the passenger pickup area, just, like... And so I walked outside just to be like, all right, I want to be able to say I was in Vegas, outside of the airport in Vegas. And so I walked outside, and honestly, in the Vegas airport, the top level passenger pickup is actually really pretty because you can see all of Vegas. I saw the Sphere, Lucky 38, the fucking Caesar's Palace. I saw the big ass pyramid. It was kind of serene, and so I was like, in that moment. That just, the serenity kind of like calmed me down a little bit. I was just like, okay. There was this little Twinkie, like, there was a straw, a cigarette butt, and a perfectly uneaten, like, cupcake on the ground. Overlooking this thing, overlooking the skyline, and it was so pretty. Look at this video chat I got of it. Look, it's just like, this in of itself could be an album art cover. Just like the odd placement of these three objects was just like, what the fuck? And then you look up and it's just like, you can see everything. Like, you can see the pyramid over there. You can see Caesar's Palace. You can see the Ferris wheel. You can see the Lucky 38 needle. I must have just sat like right here at the edge of the passenger pickup for like an hour. Postmodernism art. Like, I must have just sat here just staring off into the Las Vegas skyline for like an hour, just like collecting myself after like the bullshit that I had just experienced. I was so exhausted. Anyway, chat. So I end up from there. I go to the bathroom. I collect myself. I'm like, good. So I go up and past TSA. I find my gate. And it's like 1 in the morning, so there's no one there. And I just set up there. It was freezing cold, because it always is in airports. So I'm hugging my backpack, trying to, like, get some sleep. And I must have gotten, like, maybe 40 minutes of sleep in total, but it was, like, only 10 minutes at a time. Because every time I would, like, fall asleep for a couple minutes, I would immediately wake up because it was either uncomfortable or it was cold, or I was, like, there's people walking around because I'm in an airport and there's fucking... I'm in the Vegas airports, there's all sorts of shit going on around. And it was a long time. And I was waiting and waiting and waiting. And finally they started to board. And then I noticed, because I had a carry-on. So I had, like, this backpack But I also had, like, my big white backpack. And it's all full of shit. And I noticed my ticket doesn't have a carry-on. I only have one personal item on my ticket. And I'm like... And so I asked the attendant, I was like, hey, you know, both of these can fit under the seat, is that alright? And she's like, I would just put that one in that one. And I'm like... Okay. Cause I didn't think it was gonna fit. There was like, I didn't understand, like at this point I had no other choice but to try. Because I was either gonna try, or I was gonna spend like $60 so I could get a carry-on. And it was like, fucking goddamn it. But I actually like, I took some shit out of the white one and put it in the black one. And I managed to shove that shit in there and get it closed. The white backpack was like stretched. I'm surprised it was able to contain that. But I did, and I was still worried that they were gonna be like, that looks too big to be a personal item. I think you're gonna have to check that. But they didn't. They fucking didn't. I got in, it did not fit under the seat. At all. But I didn't tell anybody, because I didn't want anyone to fucking fuck me over. So I just found an overhead compartment and put it in there, and I was good. The only other problem with this flight now, it was United, so it was actually really comfortable. Like, there was screens on the back of the seat, so you could watch movies and shit. It was actually really nice. But I was in the middle seat this time, and in the middle seat, it was so uncomfortable. Because, like, your head, there's like a pillow, so your head's kind of moved forward a bit, so if you just, like, you just rest your head, you do this. Not like this. You know what I mean? And so I couldn't rest my head anywhere because I'm in the middle seat, so I can't, like, rest my head over here because I don't want to rest my head on their shoulder or the person next to me's shoulder. And I don't have my backpack, so I can't, like, rest my head on my backpack. I just sort of have to kind of tough it out. And it was like an hour and a half flight, and it was just uncomfortable the whole way. But finally we get to Denver. I get to Denver, and luckily, my gate is, like, right next to my gate that I get off on. Like, I got off on, like, B22, and my gate was at B19 or some shit like that. It was really close, so that was nice. And I go over there, and there was, like, an hour layover between when I got there and between when my next plane took off, so I wait about 40 minutes. Alright, we start to board, so I get up, we board the plane, we all get in, I get my shit put up, and I'm ready to go, I'm buckled in. And so now I'm just waiting for the plane to take off. I actually started to watch Detective Pikachu. I got like 40 minutes into Detective Pikachu waiting for the plane to start moving so we could take off. Only, at a certain point they said, alright, we're experiencing some technical issues. It's probably just a little mechanical thing. No big deal, like 5 minutes and we'll be on our way. I'm like, okay. And 40 minutes later, someone comes on the overcom and says, alright, everybody needs to get all of their stuff and get off the plane. At that point, I was about to cry. Like, I was like, no. No, don't do it. Don't do it to me. And so I fucking... I was just about to lose it. Dude, I was losing my shit. Ban femboys from flying? How that to tits. She's not banned from flying, she's banned from entering the US because she already has enough sluts already. No personal space in the middle. There really isn't. Rate the movie? I didn't watch the whole thing, it was kind of boring, but the talking Pikachu is pretty cute. I like that. God, that's just what you want to hear right before the flight. That fucking adventure in and of itself. I know! And so we get off the plane, we get all our shit, get off the plane, have to go to a different gate, which is more far away. It's like a 5-minute walk away at this point. So much for just being right next to my fucking gate. That would have been nice. But now I'm like, I'm at my fucking, the new gate, and they're still loading the other plane that takes off before ours do. And so we have to just sit there. And I hadn't eaten at this point for 24 hours. I hadn't eaten or slept, really, for 24 hours. So I went to the Starbucks, paid for the overpriced, like, egg wrap, and had a small little thing on the egg wrap, which is fucking kind of mid, but at least it was food. But we ended up having to wait 3 fucking hours to get on the next plane. So, by the time we boarded the plane to go to Orlando from Denver, the plane that we were supposed to have gotten on would have already landed in Orlando. So I'm sitting there thinking, I could be home now, but I'm not. I'm in Denver. And I was just like, fuck, dude. But at least we finally got on the plane. I got the middle seat again, which is annoying, and so I was uncomfortable the whole way. I couldn't sleep. I watched, at a certain point, I put on Monty fucking, what's the Holy Grail? Monty Python. Why couldn't I remember Monty Python? I put on Monty Python and the Quest of the Holy Grail, which ended up working out really well because the timing was actually incredible. Because, like, the movie ended as soon as we landed. So I got to watch the whole movie. But I put on the movie. I put it on, like, a little bit of the way into the flight, though. So it wasn't, like, the whole flight I got to watch it. But I was trying to sleep for the first, like, half of it, and I couldn't. So then I gave up, put on my Monty Python, and I was still, like, uncomfortable. I was still, like, the people next to me were just like, you know, I just wasn't very comfortable the whole time, and I was just ready to get the fuck off that plane. But finally we land in Orlando. Finally I get off the fucking plane. I make it to the fucking ground shuttle back to where I live. And it was, luckily, the ground shuttle was there. It was super easy to find, and it was like, I landed at like 6:30 or something like that, and I was supposed to leave at like 7:17. But I landed at 6, and my bus was supposed to leave at 7:17. I had like an hour to find it, but I was still kind of hustling, because I was, you know, you never know. But eventually, I got to the bus at like 6:30, and I guess that was the last person they were waiting for, because I just got on the bus, they closed the door, and we started to go. But it was cool, because it was like the same bus as the burner bus, and I sat in like the same seat that I sat at the start of this whole journey on the original burner bus out of Black Rock City. It was like the first, like the front row seat on the left, so I could like see directly out. It was really cool. And this time there was this old guy sitting next to me, and I had like a really good conversation with the old guy on the way home. And finally I got home, and I took like a 5-minute Uber back from where the bus dropped me off to like my actual house. And I was done. I was home. It took, I think, about 34 hours of travel to get from Black Rock City, Nevada to Orlando, to my home in Florida. And I was thrashed. What a story. I think he didn't lose the keys. All in all, it sounds like not a bad flying experience. Did you give up before or after the animator died? I got till after the animator died. I got to the end. Hold on, let's get the middle seat. Next flight, Aeroflot. What a small adventure. So what about, what you're saying is you could have just rode the burger bus back from BRC to Orlando with less hassle. Pretty much, yeah. Get out, and the old guy didn't hit on you at this time? He didn't. It was great. Crazy adventure, at least. It was an adventure, because getting from Orlando to Black Rock City was its own little adventure. Being at Burning Man was its own adventure, and then being at this fucking flight, it was like everything was going wrong on the flight. It was like the worst, and I didn't even do anything wrong. It wasn't like I missed my flight specifically. It was that everyone else fucked up. I was dead, chat. I got home. I hugged my kitties. I cleaned up their litter box. I went to Walmart on my bike to grab some shit. I'm gonna have to do that again after the stream here. And I deserve compensation. I do, god damn it. So fuck, dude. I even traveled no sinful festivals in Florida. There are, but not like Burning Man. Burning Man is crazy. It was still worth it. It was still worth it, especially because I have kind of a cool story now to tell. But man, was it hard, chat. It was rough. It was a rough time. But we made it. We made it back home. I'm still like trying to process everything a little bit. Like I still haven't quite like decompressed totally. But make the bumps and snarls what makes the trip memorable. Such a great story. So got on plane and got off plane. This is true. It adds to the story of the whole thing. honestly, you know, especially with, you know, certain substances or whatever, at Burning Man, your serotonin levels are just amplified, like maximum. And so it's like, it's kind of a good reset, I guess, to have like a, you know, it was such a high, and so to have the low to kind of balance it out was probably healthy, because it helped balance my serotonin levels a good bit, going from the most stimulation possible of lights everywhere, fucking intense bullshit, the most intense stimulating thing ever, to spending like 30 hours sitting in airports and boring flights, just like it was probably a good thing. But bye, Astra, I'll see you next stream. I hope you have a good day, and it was a very good story. Awesome, very cool. All right, thank you. See you, Ash, man. You do it again if you knew all the hardships? Oh, 100%. 100% I would still do it again. 100%. I want to do it next year. I want to go back. I don't know how we're gonna do it. Me, Bat Vibes, and our other friend want to go back next year, so we're gonna try to figure out how to do that. I don't think we're gonna have the same camp, so we're gonna have to figure something else out with that, but I definitely want to do it again. Next year, fly direct. I think I'm gonna try, dude. Fuck all sorts of that, man. It's so fucked up. RV save up? Well, we're thinking we're gonna either rent an RV or we're gonna try to buy an RV, but I don't know how that's gonna work. Maybe we'll do tents. I do want to do the motorcycle trip idea. I think that would also be cool. Have you looked in if they hold a regional burn? They do have a couple regional burns, I think. There's one in Miami. I think there's another one closer to Tampa. And I think there's also one in Georgia that we could go to. Batman. You buy an RV for the cost of 2 or 3 people going. Yeah, you could. I mean, that's kind of what I want to do. Is I want to get an RV of some sort, and then, if we have an RV, all 3 of us can like use it for things, right? We can go to different festivals, and we can travel. I think I really want to try and film more stuff like that. I want to film adventure videos. I want to go on adventures and film it, and then upload those adventures. Because I feel like that's the kind of content I gotta do. I think that's the move. RV sounds safer. RV is definitely nicer than sleeping in a tent, because it does get hot, and being just hot. There are a couple times where it was just like you can't escape the heat. Because like while we were there, the generators kept cutting off, so the AC in our trailers kept turning off. And it would get to like 90 degrees in the trailer, and it was just like... Anyway, I think I've got to go get some food from Walmart. I have to go get some Mountain Dew for sure. But I don't know. Should I get food at... Should I make something at Walmart, chat? Or should I just get some McDonald's again? Because I could just get more McDonald's. That's always an option. But I might just want to stop manspreading. No. I can do whatever I want. The problem is, like, if I get stuff to make food, I have to spend more money. But probably it'll be worth it, because then I could... Because then I could do that. It's probably a good idea. I need to get onions, I need to get chicken, I need to get... Fucking... Man, I might need to get olive oil, too. Spend no on? What? Remember, don't buy stuff that might go bad while you're gone in a few days. Oh, yeah, that's true. Well, you know, if I buy rice, and I buy chicken, I can buy the chicken and have enough chicken to last me a couple days. Is your PayPal problem solved? It is solved. Yes, it is. I think it just flagged me for something, and then they investigated my account, and then they reinstated it. So, like McDonald's, I don't know, cause like I could do McDonald's. I could spend no money on unnecessary things, but yeah, but it's like, what is unnecessary? Because I could make food. I'm thinking I might just buy chicken to make food for the next couple days, but then I actually have to make food. It is not nearly as good as just like, and that is easy or convenient as just like getting fast food, but fast food is so much more expensive, so thinking in order to save money, because again, I don't know, I'm gonna have to like figure out how I'm gonna make the financial part of this work in the next couple of days. I'm hoping that I can kind of get through it, but But yeah, make sure to upload Burning Man footage to YouTube. Great content. I will. I have a whole bunch of footage. It was such a crazy experience. Oh, is this a good video? Can I show this? Oh yeah, this is kind of a cute video. Here, chat. I'll show this video and then I'll end the stream. See me and the bats. This is actually me at Burning Man. Fucking crazy. There's a lot of footage. There's a lot of footage to go through. I'll upload it, chat. We'd be grimoting with mom? I don't know if I'll do any footage with mom, but we'll see. That looks cool as fuck. Check your PayPal. Holy moly. Alright, what a crazy, incredible experience, chat. What an amazing experience. Oh shit, thank you so much for the $50, Derek. Thank you. Actually, I wonder how far am I? Okay. So I gotta like figure out how I'm gonna sell that. I need to sell something like tomorrow, and I need to figure out how I'm gonna do that because I don't know exactly how I'm gonna do that because I have to somehow get my gun to the gun store. I don't really have transportation right now, so that's gonna be tricky. It's gonna be real tricky, chat. I don't know how I'm gonna do that. I might figure it out. We'll see. We'll see. You know what I might do, chat? Here's what I might do. Because I can eat pizza rolls, and I know I can eat pizza rolls, because I could buy the ingredients to cook for a couple days. Because I just need chicken quarters, I need rice, I need onions, I need mushrooms, and I need a couple other things. And it'd probably be like $30 of ingredients. I think $30-ish at the end of it. I have a gun case. I can't strap it to my back on my bike. It would just be too awkward and probably dangerous, and it'd probably like take someone out on the car. It would just not be a good idea. Punji cord the gun to you. Yeah, I guess I could do that. I could make that food, and then I have to cook. I do kind of want to make. I'm sort of just hungry for like real food. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to the store and I'm gonna buy pizza rolls. I'm gonna buy Mountain Dew, and I'm gonna buy maybe some Frank's hot sauce, and that will be good enough, I think. You ask people on gun shit Discord how much that you want for the gun. Well, I don't think anyone wants to buy the gun like in my Discord, unless someone wants to buy it. It's a nice shotgun. I really don't want to sell it, if I'm being honest with you. I really don't. Like I'm really kind of upset that I have to sell it, but it was either this gun or not going to Burning Man, so it's like I value. It's definitely worth Burning Man, so I'll just have to do it. It's unfortunate, but it's worth it, I think. Yes, yeah. I don't know, because I kind of... Is it cheaper? Because like $10, I'd have to spend like $13 on chicken quarters. $10 on chicken quarters, probably $10 on onions. Probably $20 all in. But if I bought... Because it's $10 for the pizza rolls. I could buy the pizza rolls, and that's $10. But then I also only have to buy the Mountain Dew and cat food after that. But it would be only $20, and if I go pizza rolls, it'd probably be $30, like $35 if I go chicken. Then I also have to buy the mushrooms. I don't need mushrooms. I want to try the mushrooms. I think I'm just gonna do the pizza rolls, chat. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Alright, chat. Oh. I think the pizza rolls are the move. Publix has large pizza roll bags, 2 for $1. Well, I'm gonna get the large pizza roll bags at Walmart. They're not super expensive. they're just not, I want to try to eat healthier. Like I want to try to get into a healthier eating habit, you know. But I have some chicken wings in my fridge right now, and they're de-thawing. So tomorrow I'll eat those. At least I won't be eating only pizza rolls the next couple days. Benelli M4 extended magazine tube? It's not that. It's cool, but it's not Benelli. It's a Beretta 1301 competition with an extended magazine tube. Does anyone want to buy it? In Minecraft, allegedly. Get some soy girl. I need some high fructose corn syrup to fuel my body after I didn't drink Mountain Dew for a whole week. I didn't drink Mountain Dew for like a week, chat. It's crazy. Anyway, thank you everybody for watching. I'm gonna be live again tomorrow. I'm gonna stream like every day before the 8th. I leave on the 8th, so I'm gonna stream like $3 or 3 days before I leave again on the 8th to drive down from Iowa, which is gonna fucking suck. But anyway, that's what I'm gonna do. So I'll be live again tomorrow. But thank you everybody for watching. Goodbye!